Now that the 2020 election is largely behind us, we're looking ahead to several anticipated key milestones in order to assess their potential to impact markets and your investments. Hi, I'm Eric Friedman, Chief Investment Officer at U.S. Bank Wealth Management. This framework helps explain how we're thinking through the next several months by breaking it down into phases based on anticipated events. Some of these events and phases will overlap, but we view them as being more or less sequential. First, while we see greater clarity in the presidential race now, the full Senate election results remain inconclusive. In general, as we gain greater certainty around the makeup of Congress, we think this should provide a boost for riskier asset classes as contrasted with the period of uncertainty leading up to and immediately following the election. That said, one of the key variables in this phase will be whether elected officials can work out a new fiscal stimulus package or if stimulus legislation will be put on hold until the president-elect comes to office and the new Congress is seated early next year. While markets anticipate some increase in COVID cases worldwide, more stringent lockdowns as second wave risks increase leave investors concerned about the path ahead. As the US and Europe cope with increasing COVID spread, a resurgence of the pathogen in Asia and other parts of the world that have been more successful in restraining the virus to date would represent an obviously troubling development. Stimulus is top of mind for investors. However, other key policy considerations, including taxes, deficit spending, trade and healthcare, all reflect legislative agenda items with the potential to move markets in 2021. Several leading pharmaceutical and biotechnology companies are well into antiviral trials, with multiple potential vaccine candidates progressing in parallel. Questions about how vaccines will be approved, how well they can be stored and distributed, which population subgroups will be prioritized, and how the public feels about taking a virus inoculation will determine the economic impact, let alone the medical efficacy, of any vaccine solution to COVID. What life looks like following a medical regimen that successfully combats COVID is an open question. How companies will think about business travel, their real estate footprints, how consumers react to more mobility opportunities for leisure and work are significant questions. From a broad asset class perspective, with very low starting yields for fixed income, bond market returns will likely be more subdued relative to historical performance. Domestic equities are at all-time highs, and emerging market and international developed market equities are close to all-time highs. We continue to think that investors will benefit from owning technology and healthcare stocks over time, given their positive long-term impact on society. Remember, we're here to support your investment journey. To learn more, speak with your U.S. Bank Wealth Management professional or visit market news on usbank.com.